Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week brought to you by Round Arches. Man, I really do miss the domes. This is the Tallest Heights Season 1, Episode 7, Sporific Realizations. In this episode, we'll be using the homebrew version of the Wildsea world setting and its system. I am Austin the Firefly, and we have...
Bev playing Willow.
I'm Dylan, and I'll be playing Net.
Ian playing Rocky.
And I'm Jonathan playing Ben.
And over the last couple episodes, definitely had some encounters, some seaside shenanigans. What have you guys been up to?
Recovering from elephant.
We were on a boat.
Loss.
Oh yeah. We fell off the boat and we punched giant eels.
What's this wee thing?
Okay, I punched a giant eel.
There it is.
The elephant fell off the boat, and I almost drowned punching a giant eel off the boat because Rocky doesn't think before he leaps.
Or punch.
Or punch. And we did manage to survive though. We did pretty good, and I think we cooked one of the eels and ate it.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Yeah.
We did.
You utilized your microwave again to maximum potential.
Yep.
To escape some playful giant otters the size of hippos.
Yeah, no, it wasn't going down good.
Oh yeah, did we? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I was just saying we needed to get the hell out of there.
I was gonna say, did you nuke them? I feel.
I
Like
mean, I might have.
Yeah.
I might have.
You might have massacred otters, giant, friendly, playful otters that would have totally killed us. But
Accidentally.
you also massacred them. I feel like it was off screen. It was definitely off screen. But I feel like there was a lot of.
The chance of me hitting them with the beam directly was actually pretty low. The real murder is the one that will take place over the next 50 to 80 years.
Oh boy!
Oh no!
There's a lot of vegetation there. It'll be fine.
That's the Harley Quinn, the cancer gun or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my god! I'm sorry.
I was gonna kill him. I thought it was a real gun. It's so much worse.
I think someone on the writing staff played D&D back in the day. But yes, you got the last I think we saw was you guys kind of drifting off to sleep, kind of cuddled around your animals as you got closer to shore, kind of happy, all pleasantly warm as the back of your boat
glows.
Sends off this nice heat. There's nothing dangerous about a radioactive glowing back end. And that phrase can be used to describe both Bug and your boat. So, yeah, as you guys wake up, kind of stiff and sore as you've been bobbed along, the shore is definitely within reach, but through the fog of the morning, you see some dark shapes as you get closer to the shore, and if you want to try to navigate in, but you don't know what they are yet.
Land ho! Rocky's just pointing on the bow of the ship.
Ben pats Rocky on the back and is like, "Hey, good catch. Or sorry, good catch."
Thanks. I found it. Do we swim from here? I don't really see a dock. I feel like we shouldn't swim from here, looking down at probably seaweed and chunky and weird shapes moving in the water.
Jellyfish and starfish. Who knows what are going on with the starfish?
Red jellies.
Water
You're
is stuff.
You're 1,000% correct. Just like when you left the island before, as you've gotten closer to shore, it's starting to get carpeted with kelp and seaweed, and you can definitely tell it's probably going to get thick like it was before.
I feel like we learned our lesson from before, and we're just rowing in.
Does there
Yeah.
appear to be anywhere that we can reasonably dock?
You seem to have like a relatively clear, from what you can see through the fog, anyways. Ahead of you, if you just want to keep going straight in and kind of push yourselves through into the shipping port there.
Neat.
Okay.
We will do that.
As the sun kind of breaks through and you guys are traveling through the calms, you hear the water lapping and the boat kind of squishing through the kelp as it's getting thicker. The first like dark object kind of appears, and it's a boat turned up on its side with some flags sticking out and what appears to be like some orange pontoons bobbing in the water alongside it.
How big is the
Covered
boat?
in the boat is about 20 foot long. 20 foot long sailboat.
Okay, sailboat. Okay.
Okay.
It's covered in the black mold that you guys had chasing you off the island when you left a couple days ago.
Oh, fun.
Why?
It's not throbbing, and there's no like miasma coming off of it.
It definitely beat us here, though.
Or it was here to begin with?
Yeah,
Question
might be
mark?
everywhere.
Let's not touch it
Yeah.
and say we didn't.
Yeah, let's just creep on by that. Give it a wide berth.
Someone roll. It's going to be a little bit difficult as you guys pass the first one, because you're noticing more dark shapes kind of bobbing around you. It's going to be a little bit of coordination to make it to shore without touching any of these.
Oh god, we're in the
Things.
ship. We're in the ship graveyard. Oh no,
Fun.
vibe just got real bad.
Okay, what would you like us to roll?
How would you guys like to solve this problem?
Can
a few
we
options.
burn it all again?
I mean, we definitely can. That is an option. I have some stuff for that.
I'm gonna say the flying boys. Neither are any of them big enough to carry us over.
Passage has 2 points of fauna.
Passage is pretty big, yes.
Probably not big enough to carry an elephant, though, but big enough to carry, like...
All right, leaving Tabul
human.
behind.
No!
I guess we have to abandon Shabul. It's the only
Should have
way.
taken points in flying.
I am not Dumbo. I am my own thing.
She says, taking points and flying.
Sure you are.
I don't have water, but I have 3 flying, 3 burrowing, and 3 fire.
So you're gonna want to try to maneuver. Like, there's a few options you could try to like move them out of the way. You could try destroying them. You could try maneuvering between them using like coordinated actions, because you guys aren't using the engines. So it's up to you guys and your paddles.
Rocky's going to put on his heat vision goggles. And just in case there's anything weird on these boats and stuff. And he's going to kind of use the paddle. Like, he's going to take a paddle and just like use it, you know, like one of those gondola paddles, but like kind of poking the black mold and keeping anytime we get close to a boat, he's going to like push off against it as best he can with the paddle, so our boat never touches another boat. Or at
Okay.
least on the side he's on, and I assume someone else is on the other side of the boat doing the same.
Yep, probably both the front oarsmen are there to keep us pushed away from... Because if we're going through the fog, we're going to be going real slow, right?
Yeah.
So just to
A
push us off.
surprising bonus is that when you put on your goggles, you notice at the center of each of these black masses is this very hot, like pulsating core.
Oh, fun. Guys, these things are warm on the inside.
Then let's not touch them.
Yeah.
Stay far away from those.
How is that an unexpected bonus? That's not a bonus in any way, shape, or form.
I was getting excited for an advantage of some kind.
Yeah, when he says bonus, it's like he's talking like Old Testament bonus. He's talking like, oh, hey, I have gifted you a hail of blood. And you're like, how is this a gift, bro?
Well, I told you I was going to do it before I did it.
The benevolent DM.
All right, so if any of you have...
You'll take what you get and like it.
There's no piloting skill.
No. That is one discussion that was brought up on the Discord several times. And I feel like it should be brought up again, but also...
It might have been addended.
I think that's where movement skills would come in. Like, this would be a good time to use, like, scramble.
Yeah, I feel like that was the consensus.
Okay, yeah, so that's a good idea. So that
For
rounds
moving
out
easily,
what we say anyways.
for moving easily through narrow spaces, wrecks, and ruins.
Yeah, so if
Yeah.
any of you have any type of movement skill, you're welcome to use them here to give you some bonuses.
I have none.
I only have
Yay.
leap.
This isn't a graboid situation, so leap doesn't quite work here.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Actually,
But as long as a couple of you know what you're doing, especially with the coincide of two of your guys being able to fly and guide you, because the fog's not quite broken yet, you should be okay. As long as you guys both, whoever has a movement skill doesn't fail their roll here.
wait, would a flying guide be particularly useful?
Quite.
Interesting. I would now like to take this time. I'm not flying. I have something else.
No. We believe you.
Playing with style.
Yeah, I am. I actually am. Well, because I maxed out both spirit and sentient, and you were asking for interesting ways that we want to play these out. I want Tabul to now be able to show everybody that he learned how to astral project himself.
Okay.
Hi, ghost elephant, let's go.
No.
Well, just like, in a trance, physical elephant sends his spirit form out to guide us and be, all astrally and stuff.
Projection-y
And communicating with me, and yeah.
Okay. Your elephant sends off like a fun little trumpet. It stamps his feet happily. It's going to do something, and it slumps to the ground. Everyone's like, oh my God, what happened to Tabul? And it's like little ghostly spirit kind of coalesce above it, and there's like a commanding presence of Tabul. It's not bigger or smaller, but just the spiritual presence of Tabul's astral form is very commanding.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it's a floating, glowing energy elephant. Of course it's commanding. You're going to tell me that you wouldn't see a floating, glowing energy elephant and be like,
Be not afraid.
how the hell am I going to talk about this?
Ben says, hey Willow, is he one of those tandem boar elephants now? From that show that didn't sponsor us?
I don't know what you're referring to exactly. But yeah.
A psychic tandem boar elephant.
From what? I don't know. Movie.
They had like the bazooka tusks and other crap he showed us before.
Oh, right. I do remember that. Mostly just ghostly Tabul, but like weird and purple and glowing. Oh, like misty, like. I just kind of like look at Tabul like both with like the oh my gosh you can do this, but also with this like innate sense of course you can do this. I have sensed it, kind of a thing. And Tabul just kind of gives me like a nod and a wink, and then and like I can almost hear in my head, I got this, just follow my lead. And then Tabul goes off to find a way through, to guide us through this mess.
Okay, yeah, with Tabul's help, especially being an astral projection and not being a physical being that can be seen by anything like other normal things, you definitely get a big bonus here, and you won't have to roll. You'll make it to shore safely without encountering anything.
Yay!
Now, I do want you to roll me sense still, though.
Sense, yes. What's my sense? I have 1 sense.
Are you sure it's not Rocky that needs to roll sense?
He'll be after.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
Preferably.
Wait, what?
Just roll your dice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm going to use Grace also. Do I get another advantage dice for this one?
Yeah, for Tabul being ghostly.
For Tabul being ghostly. I'm just wondering, would Ancestral Spirit help this at all?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Not in this situation.
Okay, rolling. I got a 6. That's good because the other 2 dice sucked.
Yep. As Tabul was like flying out and giving you guys your safe travel to the shore, you get flashes and images of what lies beyond the fog. You see huge shipping cranes covered in like this ropey black fungus. You see entire containers just exploded out and corroded and eaten. And then you see Tabul accidentally flies through one of the drifting islands of mold that are covering one of the boats. And inside, you just get the sense of like a physical beating heart.
Like one
like,
big heart or like
a human heart.
Oh god.
The core is beating.
I honestly, like, I don't even really communicate that to the rest of the kids because it's just kind of too horrifying, and I'm in denial that that's what's going on.
I think it's Meyer time, if I may make a suggestion.
Yeah, I feel like that's a...
That is correct.
Yeah.
So you now have an inkling of what has gone on, but no one else knows, and you guys make it to shore. Relatively safe. Well, I say shore, but it's like what you guys left before. It's you can't quite get to shore. It becomes too matted with kelp and stuff, and you don't really have a helpful tube to push your tube boat up into the into the shore like you left last time. Which is good because your boat's a little hot still.
Can we throw the anchor onto shore and reef ourselves up with it? Actually, is there anything we can throw a rope to and tie off to?
There's probably lots of things, but a lot of things are also covered in mold.
Mm-hmm.
Every part of my instinct is telling me that I want to burn this place.
I know, right?
Also, it's also telling me that because we have the ability to generate so much fire, and because they're mostly cold with a little hot center, that tells me that they probably feed on heat. I mean, like,
It's mold.
I'm getting a really bad feeling about this place in general. Like, I absolutely hate it. Do we have any like hip waders or anything?
Maybe what? Sorry?
Like, do we have any hip waders on the boat or anything? Like,
No.
I don't want to get soaked. Okay, I guess.
The water probably, and for that case, though, you'll be able to push the boat up pretty far with like just pushing and whatnot. And then if you jump out and stuff, the kelp is relatively thick, so it'll only sink up to about your knees.
How about we make a loop of rope, and then I'll have Passage just kind of fly over and drop the rope onto something
that can anchor us off? Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just pull ourselves in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like the best plan for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll me companion.
Alrighty.
See if Passage can make sure his flame doesn't burn the rope down.
Okay, 46.
Well, I feel like you probably gave him the anchor chain rather than just a rope.
That is 2 6s.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Passage, after hanging around with you guys so much and, seeing all this machinery and stuff, has gained a kind of a grasp of what you want more. He's able to fly out and come back, and you realize he's actually looped it around a fallen pulley. So the job is probably going to be relatively easy to put, I say easy, you have an elephant.
Oh my god.
to pull it up, at least up until the kelp stops being slippery.
Cool.
So we have an elephant to pool.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. Okay.
We're
Positive.
done here.
Yeah. That,
I
ladies and
high-five that pun.
gentlemen. You also rolled double 6s. So what do you guys want your positive twist to be? I'll leave this one to you guys.
No monsters. No monsters, and we don't die.
Yeah. The mushroom
gonna
bread
say-
is filled
That's a
with
fun twist, right?
marshmallows.
Oh god.
The positive twist could be that, as these things are, absorbing heat, there's, a layer of rime. Well, wait, hang on. We're on, the coast, right? Saltwater?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I was like, wait, there wouldn't be rime on freshwater. So there's, a layer of rime that's collected over this area. So, as we get off the boat and stuff, we'd mostly be walking on that instead of directly touching whatever this black stuff is, as long as we don't, walk on any mounds of it or anything.
That is a really good twist idea.
Thank you.
So we've got a salt path.
Yeah, as long as you stick to the salty ice, you're kind of okay.
Yeah,
which
so-
also kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Now, I also want you guys... No, what am I doing? As Passage comes back, do you guys do anything? He's brought you back the anchor chain, he's tied it off.
We
Just
start
the
pulling the
smell.
anchor chain.
Yeah, we're gonna start pulling ourselves in. I think we're our main goal is to get off of the boat at this point.
As you
Hold on,
guys...
here.
Hold on,
Super easy, I'm not even going to... Oh,
I was just going to say, I feel like I am still shaken and confused and in denial and desperately trying to figure out a reasonable, not horrifying reason for why I felt what I felt. And so am I allowed to use Ancestral Spirit to get answers about that, hoping against hope that they're nice answers?
yep,
About what these things, why does it have a human heartbeat in it?
yep.
Okay.
It's not going to be a nice answer.
They rise.
I know, but answers.
So...
The time of your fungal overlords is at hand.
Jisun has
As-
awoken.
As you're contemplating what you've seen and the images that Tugul shared with you, you have this memory of your grandparents coalesce in front of you.
Okay.
They've passed. It's been quite a while. And while they're looking down at you, you're looking up at them with hope. You're looking at them for answers, something that won't be as bad as what you think it is. And they just look down at you with that kind but sad look on their face. And they just gesture behind them, and all you see is a graveyard.
I think
And then
start,
black mold
trying not
tendrils
to
kind of coming out of the grave as you flash back to your own body.
I see my own body, or I'm going back into my body.
Into your body.
I think I just straight up vomit and also start crying. And also, I think that's another mire.
You betcha.
Willow, are you okay?
Yeah, Willow just starts breaking down in the middle of all of this. She was kind of staring blank-faced before, but now she's just lost it.
Yeah, I am just kind of like looking at the other guys, kind of like, is there any way I can get out of this and pass this off as I'm seasick or something? Like, can I get away with lying right now? Or do they know something's bad?
You can always try to get away with lying.
I mean, yeah, Rocky's just scared at this point. He doesn't assume he has no idea what's going. He just assumes you're scared too, probably.
All right, I would like to roll to bullshit you guys on that I was just seasick.
Charm or negotiate, outwit, any of the above.
Let's see. Yeah, let's go with perform.
Oh,
because I have
fair.
nothing in perform.
You have charm or outwit. Why perform when you can?
Because I
charm or
don't
outwit?
want to do it badly, if that makes sense. Like,
Okay, fair enough. You do you. You do you.
Let's use a grace on.
Is this graceful?
No,
You're
it's an
puking.
ironic use of grace. Does that make sense? I'm only gonna roll one dice on this. I got a 4.
It's a conflict. So we know something's up. We know something's weird. You're maybe not telling the truth, but you maybe are. Something's off by what you're saying.
Okay, are any of you gonna call bullshit on me?
Not Rocky, that's for sure. He's
As your like cries echo out, as you try to like regain yourself, you guys start hearing like clanging and crackling from the edges of your vision and your earshot.
Like Rice Krispies crackling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, I think now's a good time to leave the boat.
I agree.
Ben is clambering off the boat already. Like, all right, let's go. Go.
I'm helping Ben off the boat from the outside of the boat.
Ben accepts the help, and then we'll turn around to like offer that way. Like both of them can help. Everybody else will help.
That's fair. Netto or Rocky will grab their hands and take their help for sure.
Same with
Rocky.
Willow.
Roll me sense.
Oh,
Now that you've been staring at Willow and she's kind of been like hollow-eyed, holding her knees, you're very concerned.
Oh boy. Here we go again.
And the build-up.
That's a 2. Yeah.
You're just
That's
you're
fair.
just
No, that's
you're just, You're just glad that her yellow hair scrunchie has made it all the way through this.
Yep, that sounds about right. I'm looking for the bright side of things, okay? It's been we don't want Rocky just starting to bawl again. He's playing tough right now, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, our overall morale and bravery is not very high statistically right now.
To be fair, it's more of a curve, and there's one person bringing you guys down super hard.
Oh my god, savage!
That's fair, though.
All right, so you guys are
and it is squishy.
secured. The ground is squishy, crackly, and you hear sounds in the distance.
Oh boy.
Okay, so everybody link arms so that we do not fall down.
Everybody have a buddy.
Yeah.
And run. Everybody run as fast as you can.
Passage is flying high enough to not accidentally melt the ice. And oh boy, we take off. Actually, Passage is gonna get up high enough to help scout for us a little bit.
Yeah. Probably better that we don't have a giant flaming moth hanging directly above our heads. As far as stealth, it's not really the best call.
Oh, but the elephant?
It's a kind of mossy elephant.
Shut up.
It's a covert ops elephant.
He's like sneaking down, like, you know, like he's like squatting on his hands and almost kind of like doing like a spider crawl on his stomach with like his trunk up in the air like a stethoscope.
Perfect. What a perfect baby.
Especially if he's holding a little mirror in the crook of his nose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
It's just like reflecting it around, right? So that he can... Okay, anyways. Despite that, which is the most like amazing, adorable tangent ever, we're getting the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So all around you is remnants of shipping containers, cranes, large barges, tugboats, and the mold seems to be growing out of a lot of the shipping containers. Anywhere where there could have been organic matter or garbage, just kind of clumping up in there. With Passage's help, you are able to navigate through just this wreckage as you guys kind of take this in. And you start to see signs of like people trying to survive. So you see makeshift shelters kind of slowly being wrapped up by the kelp or covered in black mold that obviously aren't buildings. They're makeshift. They're made with whatever's around. You see like boxes of food scattered around, just burgeoning with the mold. You see what's like left of a Red Cross tent kind of peeking out from underneath, just this like collapsed crane.
Gotcha. They're dead.
Oh.
They're all dead.
Oh boy.
They got consumed by the mold.
Is that like you saying that out loud or as...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's a fair assumption that I would come to this realization at this point.
I just kind of look at you like and just burst into tears.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be in poor taste, but I'm going to like she like bursts into tears and I'm just like, I like look down at my feet and I'm like, how the hell do I deal with this situation? And I'm going to be like, I'm going to yell like snap out of it. And I'm going to give her like a quick slap across the face.
Judo slap.
I'm like, we need to go now more than ever. We don't have time to break down right now or we're all dead. We got to go. And I'm going to grab her by the arm and start buddy systening my way across the ice with increased intensity.
When you slap me, I just kind of look at you completely stunned, but I kind of let you lead me like I recognize that is the case kind of a thing. Like
yeah,
I'm almost too like we do need to get through this to be petty or to seek revenge or anything, or like, you know, to get I'm too beyond getting mad at you for that right now, because it's like, yeah, no, we need to get through this and get the littles. And
no, Rocky's bawling again.
Yeah, you guys can definitely be mad at me later, but it's time to go.
Ben doesn't slap Rocky, but he does grab him by the hand. It's like, all right, come on, Rocky, we gotta get going.
Oh, thanks.
That's fair.
Thank God. Ben has this like a reserve of inner strength that he like goes unnoticed. It's very subtle, but like thank God that he has it.
Yeah.
Remember what Tori the monkey said. Just keep climbing.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Here we go.
As you guys kind of like come to this realization, you're all gonna get a mire, other than Willow,
who already suffered it.
I'm already pretty mired.
Yes. You still have your map and your route. And as you guys kind of look around what's left of the shipping yard, the fog finally breaks and the sun starts hitting across everything, and you see just black with like clouds at the top of all the skyscrapers, as you see just the city has been absolutely encapsulated in mold. And even on tops of some of the larger buildings, you see, which in high, is comical if it wasn't so morbid. Just these giant, like, mushroom caps at the top of each of the
It can be both.
skyscrapers, just pumping out this, like, sporific miasma that kind of gets whipped away by the wind.
At least one of them looks a little more phallic than the others, and we can't even be, like, giddy about it. Like, like, no, we can't be happy about this.
I want to find the giant penis funny. I do. I can't.
Yeah.
It's even spewing. It writes itself. But all of you are just too
We're too
terrified.
Too over
scared.
this.
I'm smiling a little bit, but not enough to overwrite my frown. So it just looks like I'm really upset about something.
So, what are you guys going to do from here? The
We need
city's your oyster. Diseased, red tide ridden oyster, but your oyster nonetheless.
Yeah.
Does the city look safe, like even remotely, with all the spore cloud going on downtown?
From what you can see, a lot of the spore miasma doesn't reach the city proper, at least the ones coming from the tops of the tall buildings and skyscrapers. It seems most of those their purpose is to spread the spore in the high prevailing winds.
Okay.
That's honestly probably how the spores got to the island in the first place.
Are we low on supply? Like, do we have enough to make like the final leg of the journey on our stuff?
As long as nothing catastrophic goes wrong, you guys should be okay.
But things always catastrophic go wrong.
Guys, maybe we don't go into the city. Maybe we should just keep going, because I don't know. Maybe we'll find stuff along the way, but it doesn't look good down there or up there or over there, whatever you want to call it.
I just kind of look around and I'm like, yeah, no, I think we should just go straight there. We can find stuff along the way if we need to.
Yeah.
It's true. From where you guys are, judging from your recollection of your city maps and whatnot, you should be able to skirt the edge of the city along the river, and then cross the river to take the highway up to the mountain observatory.
That's true. We are so close now.
The good news is that this mole's probably chased out whatever would have been trying to get us.
Bang! From behind you where your boat was, you just hear this massive collapsing of things.
And Rocky has an accident and starts running.
Oh man, it's perfect. You guys say the thing so often. I love it.
I know, right?
We booking.
I will always say the thing every opportunity.
Yeah, we booking, I'd say. Yeah.
Yep. You're able to, as long as you guys don't go so reckless, you should be able to make it out of the shipping yard no problem. Once you get to the main roads, however, it becomes a bit more of a hassle. As you guys round the gates out, and you're like, haha, home free, we got this. It's just gridlock, and you see little mushrooms popping up from open top convertibles, a couple Teslas, just all up in the road. But it's not nearly
so many
as
Teslas.
It's not nearly as mold active as the city looks like. It's similar to what you saw before, kind of covered in a bit of rime. The sun hasn't completely melted it yet. You see some pulsating pods along some of the cars. It's gonna be some work or some planning or some effort to get to an area where you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, this is a danger zone.
Yeah. So what's the plan? You have a couple large kind of interstate highways kind of going left and right. They'll kind of hug the edge of the city if you want to keep them. There's tons of main thoroughfares throughout the city. You see some markets alongside you, similar kind of what you left before of that port town. But definitely a lot more progressed. Just there's no clean 7-Elevens to be seen.
Rocky is definitely going the most straightforward path he can find. He's just running.
Hold on. I got an idea. So knowing that, like, we almost need to, like, off-road it a bit to be on the safe side. At least that's my instinct right now. Do other people agree? Or?
Oh, you pretty much hit it right on the head. The straight path is going to be the one that ends up being the most dangerous, and this is the most dangerous leg of the journey.
Okay. I'm going to pull out of my pocket. I've still got the zoo brochure as a chart, which is pretty useless over here, but I also have the Whisper equivalent exchange, and I want to, like, convert it to, like, the
map.
The hiker travelman's guide to this region that we're in, to where we're going.
Well, I might be able to help you out with that.
Okay.
So my charts are provincial roadmap, harbor map, straight chart, and a vintage postcard, which I think was more of a joke, but
I gave it too much description. You guys turned it into a chart.
yeah.
I
I was like, so do you want to borrow my provincial roadmap when you're doing this?
Yeah, to, like, turn it into the ultimate survivors thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I am deleting that then.
Yeah. To pull those both off.
Okay.
Do
Willow
you have?
kneels and draws a transmutation circle.
I do the clappy thing.
Everyone's just staring at you. Fucking weeb.
Until it works.
Ben under his breath.
More like a wannabe boo, let's be real.
Wanna be a boo?
I'm a wannabe boo.
So, using your whisper, do you have a situation in mind for
I'm
doing this?
I am kind of at that point where I'm like, I just need to get people through this, and so I just kind of look down at the chart from the zoo, and I look at Tabul, and we just kind of have this, like, recognition of our brain of, like, that's where we started. Let's figure out where we're going now, and I just kind of do the like, we almost kind of, like, you know, hand to trunk kind of thing, just holding on, and I do the exchange thing, and yeah. And then magic happens.
That's definitely better than what I was going to say. I was going to, like, so you tear them up into pieces and then haphazardly duct tape them together, and it magically seems to make a full chart.
Also that.
That's much more magic duct tape.
Yeah. Let's do the spiritually connection thing, I said.
Yours is much better. So there's a glow of purple kind of around the fringes, and you blink, and you all blink, and you're staring at one chart. There was always one chart. There was never two. And you always had the one chart that you needed for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the first example of straight abrupt reality shifting from a whisper you guys have encountered.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Do
Before
I...
it's...
Hold on, wait. Do I get a Tehillah Meyer for that?
Do you get to heal a Meyer for that?
Well, let's see, drives. You could interpret one or two of my drives that way. Learn what is going on. Is kind of
I will definitely give you a heal a Meyer for learn what the heck is happening.
Awesome.
And with that, you guys have a path showing the walking trails through the city. Similar to, like, the little short paved trails you'll see in your cities. I'm sure you all have.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, short little 6-foot hiking trails go through nature areas, avoids parking lots, goes over the roads. And it's while adding a little bit of time to your journey, it does avoid almost every main thoroughfare and civilized road.
Oh no, we've bypassed our dungeons. Oh no, we'll have to deal with it next session.
Oh no, I'm a genius. Yeah, so with that, you guys are welcome to head off into the city. How are you going to do the thing?
Which thing?
The travel thing.
Running.
All holding hands.
Let's,
The escape from the city will probably take about a few hours.
Can we find another car?
There's...
Like...
The universe gestures its hands at the entire roadway in front of you.
As I was asking, I was like, that was an incomplete question. A car that is not, like, infested with mold? Like,
You probably could.
like, no leather seats?
Yeah. So judging from what you've seen so far, older vehicles, anything like fully mechanic, doesn't have a lot of organic materials or garbage or anything, might have it, but the issue is finding the space to drive the vehicle. Everything's kind of locked up road-wise.
Yeah.
As like everyone started to panic and, emergency procedures started going, everyone meet at this muster point. If you need emergency services, meet at this muster point. And everyone just started walking.
What about those like if you have a membership, you can access the bike things, like those bike stands that are like, those like city bikes that like, put them when you're done.
Let's see if you can find them.
Or tandem bikes. I know they've got those close to the...
We're one step closer to tandem war elephant. It's just a bull throwing stuff from the back of a bike.
So do you all have this where you are? In my area, we have these, I don't know, think like a trolley, but it's powered by pedals. And technically it's driven by somebody who isn't drinking. And there's a person in the middle who's like filling up everybody's cups as the thing goes, because it's a mobile bar that's powered by the people who are drinking.
No, but
I've seen those. And yes, I agree with Bev. But yeah, we don't have those here. But we need them.
If you all ever come down here, we can try. I felt bad because my brother tried to invite me to one with his friends, but I was like, I have to work the next morning, and that's early.
Oh.
I tried to get the day off, and it didn't work.
So yeah, any of you see if you can find some those kiosks with bikes or trolleys. There might be something around.
Well, I was thinking that isn't this the exact place? I mean, it's on the tip of my tongue, and I have a whisper to make it happen as such. And but I know the secret paths of the Fireflies, and I can mark it to discover a location without using a chart. So I'm going to remember that there's a secret tunnel near here. Secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
I don't know how we feel about tunnels anymore.
I don't care how you feel. Secret tunnel.
I mean, no.
Secret good guy tunnel with happiness and joy.
So
we'll see.
Okay.
So what you remember is similar to Vegas. Recently, they had constructed an under level walkway throughout any of like the Marine Corps, just so people could avoid the thing or to get a more quieted experience of the hustle.
Well, I mean, with the
downtown.
SkyTrain, there is some of that actually.
Perfect.
Are you saying it's a secret tunnel?
There is actually.
So you can
tunnel.
So there will, there's an entrance to this secret tunnel just around the corner, and it should take you to about the large park. And then from the park, you should be able to hike out to one of the many bridges and make it across the river to the main road that'll take you, well, at least the main path. You won't have to cross any more water after that.
Passage might be able to help us with that. With their
name is Passage.
Right? So like if we get into the tunnel, Like once we realize that there are these tunnels, if we can figure out where they are, we could like bore our own tunnel through the ground to like make a shortcut that also is like a fresh tunnel and therefore does not have mold in it.
Yeah, but isn't this like an under? Like, didn't he say that this is an underway in the marina?
It's like a round. It's on. Yeah. So along the edges of some of the parts will be like giant plexiglass plates or like portholes have been put in so people can see out into the port.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's mostly what I was worried about. Was if we try to dig through, are we going to flood ourselves?
But they do. As long as you avoid that side, you should be okay because they do just cut into the city.
Okay.
Yeah. And then lead you into like the parkland area, similar to Stanley Park or Central Park.
Well, okay. Time to do high-level triangulation.
Well, we have the mappy thing.
So yeah, you guys have put a lot of very impressive tools here. How are you guys going to do the scene?
I'm gonna. So I have a tool belt that I can like craft an item once per scene. I haven't been able to think of an item to craft. Plus, I think I still need salvage to do so. So that's a thing that we have access to if we are like, hey, we need an item.
I have random salvage if you need anything.
All right, cool. So, like, if you all think of an item that would be really handy to have, let me know.
And keeping in mind, with craft, it's a lot more flexible. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean I'm not going to punish you just because the thing you're using doesn't quite match what you're making.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, I have a box of loose screws. So, like, I don't know, I was thinking, like, we could use it to help make a compass or something.
Well, you guys have a lot of salvage between all of you as well, so there's no reason you couldn't make some type of rudimentary tool. But yeah, so between the trails, once you guys get above this tunnel to help you safely get out faster, this tunnel to help you get to the park and avoid almost all of the metropolitan area above you. And there's still the option to search for those bikes if you want to take those with you, plus passages help. You guys should be more than set to make it through the city in at least half the time.
You know, we're actually pretty good at this.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna make it.
Yeah, it should all be smooth sailing from here.
Don't.
From behind you again, you hear this sound of collapsing metal, and that crackling you heard, that friendly snap, crackle, pop. You kind of turn around and you see that it's actively, there's this like little wave of metal being like rusted as it's slowly creeping out from the marina.
Spen says, "Oh, I don't think that's mold, guys. I think that's worse. I don't think it can get much worse than that."
Stop saying things, Theo.
I think we should run.
I'm pretty sure this is as bad as it can possibly get.
I just like line them all up, you know, like Futurama, Mom, and I just slap all three of them across
the triple slap.
You slap.
Move! Stop!
You slap Ben.
I run.
Like Ben, like takes the slap, but like it doesn't feel good. Like for Willow, it's unsettling. It's not okay. Ben's not okay.
I just look at him and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Like you slap it's like you slapped a beehive. Like,
I just turned to him and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get people to move, I guess.
No,
Rocky's just crying and running.
I appreciate the incentive.
You know I respect you, right? Hand on shoulder, real moment, eyes to eyes.
God, yeah. You slap someone once to save her life and she goes off the deep end. She starts slapping children left and right.
As you're having this like heartfelt moment, you feel like this little tug at the back of your head.
What?
Just start running. Just start running. Don't just ignore it and run.
I want to turn around. I want to turn around so bad.
There's nothing there.
I was like, is Ben pulling her hair? What?
Nope. This is a thing that happened.
Stop reading my fanfic.
There was no peanut butter involved. It's not your fanfic.
Good.
Calm down. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Hello, horny police.
This is,
But yeah,
just because we dock today does not mean this is the beach episode.
so yeah, you feel like this tug as you're having this heartfelt moment at the back of your head. Small, almost imperceptible, as like this like rust wave is like slowly like leaving out from the marina behind you guys.
We should probably get going, though. Just saying.
Yeah, let's boogie.
I just kind of reach around and I like feel behind, just quick look to see like, did something pull my hair?
And then we start moving. We do start doing that.
Yeah.
No, your scrunchie's still there. Everything's just normal as normal as all.
There appears to be no source of the tug that I can see.
No?
Okay, we move. I don't like any of this, and we move.
Nope, just your yellow scrunchie, an empty spirit, and an empty sky behind you, impressively staring down at you.
My yellow scrunchie is more than a scrunchie all of a sudden.
So you guys, so you're going into the tunnels?
Yes.
Secret tunnel.
I spent a hit point on this.
So you make it into the tunnels pretty easily, jumping the turnstile as you go, and it's
I'm trying to
like a
imagine
nine.
Bull doing that.
Cautiously, gingerly stepping over it 4 times, and it's basically it's like a 9x9 cube hallway made of like concrete with murals painted along the walls of like from like kids when it was built, and murals from artists. A lot of it nautical themed, with like kind of like a skylight above you, grate where people would like be able to see through at the sky, with little window portholes along the side to see out into the bay, and it kind of, you see it kind of in the distance turns off away from the bay into the city proper. There are no lights, so the only light you have is streaming through the gap in the ceiling above, or the little portholes in the sides.
Ooh, I have a rechargeable lamp. I pull that out.
I'd pull out my flashlight. It's about time that I start using it for something.
I continue to run.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Yeah, we didn't stop.
You're all like, click, 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 and there's all this woof, right by you is this kid just, just fuck your lights.
Rocky's like, I don't need light where I'm going.
I run into the unknown.
But yeah, between all your guys' work, it's just a long, almost boring walk.
Yay!
Since you guys have like,
I like boring.
you've had a long few days. Like that's the thing. All of this has happened within like a week, maybe 2. Right? It's a lot for somebody to go through, especially some kids.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to take this moment as you guys are walking along, going through the city in relative safety, and have a montage. So you guys can do whatever you want with this montage.
Even
real
Rocky.
quick, real fast. You can't find bits.
Meaning, like, we can't, like, gather or scavenge?
Yeah, there's no bits around to be found.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like now that I've kind of recovered a bit from the shock, and also they kind of figured it out anyway, I kind of touched base with the guys of what I saw and why it's upset. Like trying to phrase things in a way that isn't going to completely freak out Rocky, but like, just
again.
Yeah, but just kind of like, this is what I saw, this is what I think, and I'm afraid, and I'm scared, guys.
Yes, that is correct. We are all fucking terrified. Like, what do you even say here? Like, oh my god.
Can't be afraid. We just got to get through this.
I mean,
I'm afraid that we're going to get back to the place, and what if we're alone?
Then we just keep on killing it like we have been.
Yeah, what do you mean alone? We have each other, right?
And from behind you,
clear up a little bit of that.
Tabul's like an affronted toot from behind you. You just
Yeah, like, how
alone,
dare you.
indignant in your head.
How dare you?
All your pets kind of clamber closer.
My parents and my sister and my family. I appreciate you guys. I just don't want their families to be gone. I'm not ready for that.
I just kind of like blankly nod because clearly I cannot identify with her in any way, shape, or form on this front.
Ben's gonna ugly cry too.
Rocky pulls down his heat vision goggles and ugly cries in them, so you guys don't see it.
Up.
Like Studio Ghibli. I've heard both recently. Tears, just like
oh man,
somebody told
chunky tears.
Somebody told the animators they had time. It wasn't a big deal. It's just some kids crying in a cave, and the guy leaned around the corner and said, "Did you just say we have time?"
Yeah.
60 frames a second.
Yeah.
Full budget.
Full 3D Oculus effect.
So, what was I gonna say? Ben's gonna take a little bit of time after we kind of wet our sleeves and pull ourselves together a little bit. Ben's gonna take some of the. He has like some protein bites and like he still has that lantern fruit.
Those are not edible.
Lantern fruit is not edible?
Those are the immature lantern fruits, and if you shake them vigorously, they will light up.
Oh, hey. All right, well, I have protein bites and a case of canned corn.
Ayo.
Oh, well, it turns
giant.
well, canned corn is actually 98% similar to human DNA, so it can be used as a salve for healing in pinch moments. Like, I mean, you'll smell like creamed corn all day, but it's basically
I'm not
biogel.
hearing a downside.
I mean, none of that sounds bad to me.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to use the can of creamed corn and perform a heal check.
That sounds totally applicable.
I definitely need to be healed.
Maybe you should just stop spending your hit points on everything.
I'm trying to be
Friendship
useful.
speech is not always the thing. No.
Oh, come on. I don't usually do... I'm not really doing a friendship speech right now. I'm doing the... I don't want to be the grown-up guys.
I don't want to die.
I don't want to be the I want to be a kid.
None of us want to be the grown-up. Okay, so I guess I'll heal Willow because she's whining the most.
I'm not whining. I'm having a heartfelt character moment. Thank you.
Case in point. So I'm going to use Grace here, I suppose, and heal for 1, and we are going to roll 2d6 and pray. Five and 1.
All right, so you heal 1. Any bit. As you, meticulously peel the skin off of each kernel of corn and, wrap it like fish skin on Tabul's legs from the moray bites.
There we go.
So it's almost got, this, yellow, slightly sweet-smelling, scaly armor around its bites and its ankles.
Delicious. For the first, minute, anyway.
Yeah, you'll probably get sick of the smell real fast.
Already am.
What's everyone else doing in this moment of respite?
So I'm going to use all 4 of my salvage resources to make the ultimate T-Rex grabber stick. So I have a retractable hot dog stick. I have my T-Rex grabber stick. I have wind chime and graphite fur. So everyone knows wind chimes are just long hollow metal tubes that are different sizes. Meaning, if you stack them the right way, they're basically the same thing as a retractable stick. So I'm going to try and attach my retractable stick, make another retractable stick out of the wind chime, attach the T-Rex arm, and then cover that in graphite fur. And because I'm electric, I'm going to magnetize the graphite fur to make the T-Rex head, when it bites down, also be magnetic. So I have a really long magnetic armor, like, grabber thing. Because it may come in handy. Or it may just be ridiculous. Who knows?
Nice.
So you've got, like, the Monkey King's spear of I want that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you getting anyone? I see no problem with this. That sounds like an amazing invention. That's some codename Kids Next Door stuff, man. Like that
you.
works.
Thank you.
Does anyone else want to help?
Power pole extend. What?
Oh wait, I'll help. Wait, no, it would only be one track creation if I just use my tool to help.
Yes. Don't do that.
Can I mark to increase impact when addressing a seemingly overwhelming challenge, as this is a tricky thing to build?
Yes. That sounds amazing for this. That sounds perfect, actually.
Nice. Okay. So then I'm going to have 3 dice, because I get 1 for all my resources.
Yeah, I'll give you 1 for all your resources.
Okay.
Well, you're also crafting.
Yeah, I get 1 dice for crafting. I get 1 dice for my edge, which I will use probably iron, because I'm determined to do this. And through sheer determination, I'm going to build this thing. Crafting, so 1 for crafting. And then 1 for all my resources gives me 3 dice, marked to increase impact.
No.
What?
1 for all your resources.
Yeah.
1 dice per resource.
Oh, I feel like that's a little overkill, but...
Okay, well, let's go half then. You're putting a lot into this 1.
Either way, I rolled a 5, so
So you'll pull it off.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay. So you managed to make it. The only negative to it is if you extend it longer than 6 feet, it starts losing strength.
That's fair.
So it'll become more vulnerable to damage, and you can't lift as heavy of objects. But at the moment, it can lift half as much as you weigh at 6 feet or less.
Okay.
So as a kid, you're probably, like 80 pounds, so it could probably lift about 40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Yeah, that's fair.
Without bending or breaking, which is impressive. And it is a 3-track creation.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is definitely you hear like Rocky banging and clattering away, murmuring to himself, it's gotta work, clackety clack, I'm gonna get it back. And all of a sudden, da-na-na-na, you all turn around, and he's just holding this monstrosity with this evil looking teeth of T-Rex. You're like, that can't work. And he just like whips it out real fast, 6 feet, like grabs an iron plate off the ground, whips it back into his hand, laughs.
Can you solidly hit Ben with that first? Just like wham!
Sure. If
right.
Ben wants to be hit, he can be hit.
Yeah. He should have said ow, but didn't. He just kind of folds from the impact and then just unfolds. And he says, "Guys, I don't think I'm okay."
I just kind of turned around like, yeah, what is up with you, man?
I kind of noticed when he hit me with the hedgehog, but I just figured he's a kid. But we're all kids, but you know what I mean, Rocky, right? You didn't usually punch that hard, but then I saw you punch those other things. You punch really hard.
Yes.
You just hit me with a steel plate, and I didn't even feel it. Guys, I don't think I'm okay.
I don't think so either.
Am I a mold monster? What?
I just kind of turned to her and I'm like, do you wish to experiment on this real quick?
I mean,
Proof that kids have no morals.
Do you want to try something?
I don't know. Like I did leave the vault before we, left, and I don't know.
You're fine. I can confirm you're fine. If I haven't turned into a mold monster, if anybody's going to turn into a mold monster, it's me. You're fine.
I mean, consensus, sure.
I mean, I did put it in. I did put it in my mouth. Like, I'm going to remind you that if any of us is going to turn into a mold monster, it is definitely going to be me.
And I stepped in that green stuff, so.
Are you guys all turned into mole monsters? Am I the only human? Rocky starts running.
I just. Can somebody go send a large bug to pick him up and just bring him? Go picks him up. He's roning in the air, brings him back.
Passage lands in front of Rocky and slowly shakes its head. No,
Rocky, guys, if you're mole monsters, you have to tell me, and you have to turn me into a mole monster too, or you have to kill me now, or fight me. And he gets ready to fight.
So, I'm gonna wiggle towards him and be like, "Mold monster party, mold monster party," and just wiggle at him ridiculously. But he's probably scared enough that he can't tell that I'm trying to joke with him.
Yeah, no, he does not.
Okay, so I have a whisper called "Happy Birthday" to you, and I kind of want to use it to change this from existential horror to all of us just having a nice moment.
Okay.
And
I was, but yes. I was having a nice moment.
Oh, yeah.
You were having a nice moment tormenting Rocky. Thanks.
It's so nice.
Nicer.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying it.
Yes, you can definitely use it the way you want to. Yeah.
I love that. It reminds us back before the apocalypse. Just when we used to torment Rocky for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Some things are still normal.
So
for everything else, there's MasterCard.
Still around.
I love it. So could I use it to cure a mire or something, or is that too much for a whisperer?
No, you guys were honestly doing so well, I was going to do that anyways. But if you're going to do that plus, I will still do that. So yes, you guys can heal a mire from that.
Each of us.
Do you have a scene for it?
For
what's going to happen when you use the whisper?
I think as we're teasing Rocky, we're able to corral him around a little bit. Maybe we pick up one of his Mrs. Hedgies and play a little game of keep away. But Mrs. Hedgie also knows that Mrs. Hedgie's also in on the game, so it doesn't
She's got those mom vibes of
I think Mrs. Hedgie gets stuck through Ben's hand, and he just it's that horror moment. But we've been through so much, we're all just so jaded that we all just kind of laugh it off, and we're no, you know what, this is fine.
Horror.
Look, guys, I bleed human blood. Just kidding, huh?
Wait, you don't bleed human blood?
Nope, his wound closes right back up after you takes it out.
I'm immune to blunt, keen, and spike damage.
Just kind of staring and okay, that might as well happen.
You guys might as well just call me Windsock if this keeps up. Ooh, I'm gonna blow away in the wind. He flops his arm a little bit. It doesn't actually flop though. He just kind of moves it it might be flopping. He does have bones.
Good.
That's great, bud.
Always reassuring to know one has bones.
And as you guys are sharing the scene, laughing and joking, you're all gonna heal a mire.
Yay.
I'm gonna heal 2 damage instead of healing the mire. Because I have
anyone Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's good. That's fine. Another thing that's going to happen. So as you guys kind of come up the tunnel, you kind of hear you hear music on the way, just kind of like carousel music, just like drifting on the wind, kind of making this moment perfect as you like peek through the tunnel and you come out in what appears to be, well, just kind of a normal forest glade.
I hate it when they appear to be normal.
I just couldn't help myself. It just immediately brought me back to Didal's organ when you run into the mana part, and like every time you go in there and you just mosh in front of him, right? Like as soon as you said carnival music, my brain was like, oh, I'm gonna play that lives here rent free. I'm sorry for making a real aside there, but oh man, I love Legend of Mana.
Yeah,
Same here.
It's super gentle, super pleasant, and in the distance you just see a carousel being basically like pushed around by the wind. And as it's being twisted around, it's playing like the like a music box.
Oh, fun!
It's not creepy. It is not creepy.
I don't know.
It could be creepy.
It's creepy, but like in comparison to all the stuff that we've seen before, it doesn't look dangerous.
Yeah.
So how about that? We compromise. It is creepy, but it's not dangerous. We're not frightened of it.
He says, running away at full speed.
No. Ben says like, "Hey, I'm gonna go check it out. Maybe there's someone there trying to get our attention."
So you guys just now have to travel through the paths to reach the bridge, and then you're on to the next direct route, quote unquote, to the final destination.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Was the carousel doing the thing like that was just there, and like it was just a carousel? Like, hey, that's like good music.
Yep, there's oak trees.
Okay.
It's very traditional Canadian forest.
Nice.
I know what those are like.
Now,
Big old trees.
Yeah.
Big old trees.
Mm-hmm.
on the carousel, you see tufts of fur kind of dotted along it.
What do the tufts of fur look like?
Is it that graphite fur from before, like from the bunnies?
Yes. And it's stuck to it with some type of yellow thing. Glue? I don't know. It's hard and it's stuck the fur to it.
So some kind of sap or glue or something.
Honey or something, maybe. Guys, I think we should keep going. I don't think we should stick around too long here. Yeah.
I want to scry to see if the bunnies are intentionally trying to draw our attention to something.
Okay.
Yeah. I trust the rabbits.
Scry.
Yeah.
Frick does scry work. I mean, I'm a competent Firefly who knows every mechanic in and out of this playtest.
It's basically like magic sense.
Okay, yeah, no, I got it. Okay, I'm reading it now. We're good. Okay. You scrying? Scry it up.
What's that number? Oh, I got a 6.
Okay. You can tell this. So as you focus in on this like weird tuft combination glue thing, you get a flash of the ring that Net tried to eat of that like yellow slime mold back on the island.
Okay.
And a flash of the rabbit giving you thumbs up when you guys let it go.
When we smacked it out of his mouth.
No, we let that rabbit go, remember? And it gave us thumbs up,
Yeah.
which scared the potatoes out of me.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
and then it has Net spitting out the yellow slime mold, that ring of it,
Okay.
and then it shows like just like glimpses of the help they've provided along the way. So like the rabbit at the lighthouse,
Yeah.
not dead, very hurt. The exchange at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Is it one rabbit who's been helping us the whole time, or is it like rabbits in general?
Might
And
have
then
been like some of his family.
And then you feel a tug at the back of your head.
I turn around and look and do I see anything this time?
Nope. Still nothing.
Can I pull out my scrunchie and look at it?
Yeah.
Doing that.
It's Scrunchy was fuzzy. This is kind of like how do you describe it? Silly putty? And upon closer inspection, it's the ring of mold that Net had spat out earlier from that like colony you found in that side village.
Ew.
Ew.
We've been carrying it with us this whole time.
Wait. So I'm trying to piece this together still. So wait. Is there like? Because I'm trying to also remember what happened like way back when, the spitting out the goo and the rabbit and all that. I'm trying to remember all the details. Do I get the feeling that this is dangerous grossness that we need to get rid of, or that this is like a boon of some kind?
Definitely a boon of some kind. You get the strong sense of friendship. Like choices were made and lives were spared. Alliances were gathered.
Well, that's good.
And like the scrunchie like becomes like a ring on your thumb,
Oh. Okay.
and it kind of tugs.
I'd say to the thumb ring, "Are you my friend?"
There's no response.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay. I just kind of nod and we keep going.
They're not quite at that level of communication.
No,
They don't talk or respond, but they can. They're more animalistic, but sentient nonetheless, similar to the rabbits.
I give it a little pat. Like a friendly pat.
You're tapping your thumb.
Yes.
Everyone else is looking at you weird.
That's just like, hey, Willow, you good?
Yeah, she just stares off blank into space again.
I think I actually am. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
How would you
Just
feel, though?
tired eyes. Just like,
Are you guys sure you're good? He says, looking at like Willow staring off into space randomly all the time and doing weird astral projection-y stuff, and Ben not being affected by like injuries and all that. But also, I'm assuming like as weird stuff is happening to us, Rocky's starting to realize he doesn't need the heat vision goggles on to see heat vision.
mm-hmm.
And he's ignoring this right now and pretending it's not real because that would be weird, and that's not happening. Things are normal. This is okay.
You know what? Ben's gonna like muse about this and be like, what if instead of us being mold monsters, we're more like X Factor.
Like superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X Factor's the Canadian X-Men, right?
Yes, that's.
X-Force.
X-Force. We're more like X-Force. There we go.
I was like, X Factor, isn't that?
Yeah, that's a TV show.
That's okay. It's the TV show where they do something cool in front of judges. I don't know.
Both apply.
Both apply.
Also, Alpha, Weapon X. Sure, why not?
We could be superhero. Maybe we're superheroes. Ooh, okay. Rocky's like starting to get a little happier and not.
It's like, yeah, like Rocky, like you're the punch guy.
Yeah, I'm Punch Man.
That could use some work.
I was going to say, we'll work on that.
The only unanimous thing that we've ever agreed upon is that Punch Man is not up to snuff.
We will have cooler names than that.
We may dunk on Rocky, but we don't want Rocky going forward with something like that.
We don't want other people to dunk on Rocky.
Talk to your friends about bad superhero names.
I just picture like you guys being like, yeah, Rocky, we'll work on it. And Rocky's like, no, Punch Man. It's awesome. It's so cool. I love it. And you guys, yeah, Punch Man. Or something else. Probably something else.
Yeah, Punch Man or something.
It's really not that important. I'm sure that we can work it through with time, Yeah.
We'll focus group it.
Yeah, we'll focus group it, but it definitely won't be Punch Man. But don't worry about it. It's fine. And Rocky's like, but Punch Man, guys.
Yeah,
the name that's just flashed into my head was Mr. Fister, but like as somebody who's like on the more innocent end and completely unaware of.
Suddenly we're like, what Punch Man sounds like?
Punch Man's pretty good at this point.
The only thing worse than Punch Man.
I look at the other two guys like, are you old enough to know that? Okay, you're old enough to know that's wrong.
No, like Ben is not aware that that's wrong because he's just barely hasn't been that exposed to the internet yet. So he's like, yeah, and then we're all like, no, Punch Man's fine. Ben's like, what?
Punch Man's a good working prototype.
Yeah, we'll start with Punch Man. We'll get it going from there.
So your forest path is still rooted out for you, so it should be relatively quick, as long as nothing happens.
Does nothing happen?
I don't know. Does anyone want to say anything?
No.
I'm pretty sure nothing happens, but I'm not saying that out loud.
Boy, it sure is a great journey so far. I'm glad we're all in a happy moment right now.
Yeah, what? I'm feeling joy for the first time since we got on that boat.
I hate all of you so much. This isn't character. She just turns to you, just exhausted. I hate all of this.
Don't worry, Willow. Everything will be okay.
Yeah, it can only get better from here.
Yeah, we're almost there.
I glare at you all with so much contempt.
We're superheroes now.
So it's just like, oh man, these hidden tracks, I just can't even.
Yeah, Austin's over there with like an abacus now, just like tack. Actually, an abacus would be really fun as like a
it
clock
would be
tracker.
great for this game.
Just like, all right, there's a 5 o'clock there.
We hear a on the other end, and we get PTSD from it after a few games.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I think I have an abacus somewhere around here. I should pull that out for this game.
Nice.
It's a good idea. New fancy abacus.
I think I have one from the
one that looks all Arborpunk.
What is it?
Abacus sales have gone up 7,000%.
With one abacus purchase.
I mean, before it was 7, so
Who buys 1/7 of an abacus though?
somebody who only needs to count to 7 out of 10.
Some guy who needs one bead.
And a couple metal rods.
Okay.
I'll be back in just a second, but y'all can keep going if you want.
No, I think I have an abacus from the Duel Monsters game.
Oh my gosh!
I want to say that game had an abacus.
Why
in
did
it.
it?
So,
What?
that one where you place down like Tetris pieces and you move dual monsters across the board.
That's Dungeon Dice
Dungeon Dice Monsters is a totally different game.
Dual Monsters is Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, yes,
Isn't
but that's
it?
the
He's
card
not
game.
wrong.
Yeah. Dungeon. It was a spin-off of Yu-Gi-Oh. So it was Dungeon Dice Monsters. It was the same
Don't
IP.
say it like you know. We had to tell you.
You didn't watch it. You don't remember. You don't know.
I remember. I have it sitting on the shelf right there. I can point to it. I'm not even lying.
You don't know
I'm
your
99%
Duke
sure.
Devlins from your Joeys.
Whoa.
So with that being said, the journey to the end of the forest would be relatively peaceful, and then you'll have
Oh, thank goodness.
the bridge once you reach back to civilization. At least back to like modern civilization.
I check for trolls.
No, but there probably are lions.
I was
going to
say, are there lions on this one that are alive now? Because I don't want to deal with lions. Or sphinxes? Can they be sphinxes?
No, they're not mutated.
Into sphinxes?
But you do find tracks of animals that have escaped from the zoo, including like some flipper tracks.
Wait, the zoo or the aquarium?
Yes.
Oh dear. Are they penguins?
I mean, you would know the difference, Willow. You are.
I would like to know if they are penguins.
I would like to use all my resources to figure out if these are penguins.
Roll me a scry to see if they are penguin tracks.
Cool. I'm gonna also use Grace.
When you said that, I heard it as like Riley from the Kesslist or Facebooks or whatever. It's like, okay.
That is
Are the penguins? Okay, what type of penguins are they, Bev? Willow?
They're emperor penguins because that's the only one I can remember right now.
Not bow tie penguins.
Wait, bow tie?
I think that's what type of penguin is Oh, never mind. Go on without me. I've lost it. I had a train of thought and then it just.
Were you about to say Happy Feet?
No. I was
You
thinking
should.
of Aquanauts.
I don't know that one.
It's the one that everyone with a 3-year-old watches because it's awesome.
I'm sorry, mine's not 3.
Sounds like you're way more invested in it than the 3-year-old is at this point.
Okay, but yeah, they're normal
No.
emperor penguins. Or bow tie penguins?
Can they be normal emperor penguins who decided that they needed bow ties to match their ensemble?
No, I don't want to know about real Octonauts. I want to know the
Yes.
TV show.
Was that
That
next
is
to the bow
exactly
tie?
what they are.
I just kind
They
of
are
like squeed for like a solid minute.
Similar to the carbon rabbits, you suspect they've gained sentience of some kind.
And thumbs?
Peso.
Do they have
That's
thumbs?
his name. Peso.
They do not have thumbs. You can't tell that.
Okay.
You've seen their flipper tracks.
Okay.
Adorable.
But as you guys start coming out of the thick of the forest, like the more hiking trails, you start to come upon more signs of civilization, benches, signs of the trails. It's all kind of normal and hunky-dory up until you come across the first garbage can.
Oh, he's a chin strap penguin. That's
Oh my gosh. You are a man of single-minded penguin focus.
He had to know.
Peso is a chin strap penguin, okay?
Moving on.
So the garbage can, it's full of death?
It's definitely not death. It's like you would call it an active colony. So it's pulsating, and it's not hissing out any of the sporadic miasma, but it is plump.
Ew.
I very carefully chose that word.
It's a very descriptive way to say this. Hey,
And you can hear kind of like water rushing off in the distance.
Well, yeah, we're on a little island.
hey, Netto. I dare you to lick it.
I smacked my face so hard it hurts.
Well, he dared me.
Does my thumb ring thing have an opinion on this?
It doesn't have the capacity to like face palm, but it has rapidly gained the need to learn how to do that somewhere in its species generational future.
Okay. So I lick it.
No, I know. No, can I stop you, please? Can Tabul
You can try.
Tabul is gonna smack it out your hand with the trunk.
Whoa, you let him grab it?
No.
Oh, I'm not going to grab it. It's like it's a giant pulsating garbage can. I'm just going to go over and like lick it a bit.
Tabul just like body tackles him to the ground.
Ben has like both of his hands over his mouth, like laughing. Like,
I'm going to give up. But I'm kind of glad you stopped me, but I wasn't going to not go through with it. I mean, he dared me.
As you guys like clamber to your feet, you glance over and it's like kind of vibrating and moving from side to side and kind of pulsing faster. How close are you? Just give me like a rough estimate. First number you think. Lowish. Sub 10.
Like
Yeah,
7.
probably.
Okay, you're 7 feet away. And it kind of... and it's like the black miasma you guys remember from at the end of the tunnel and chasing you out. It kind of starts drifting down towards you guys.
And we run.
Everything to get these guys to book it.
Ben will also start to run, but like still snickering.
He knows what he did.
Yeah.
Endangerment.
Only
If you're
true
not having
friends risk
fun.
their friends' lives.
When everything is a spinning saw, you have to make your own fun.
And as you guys kind of approach the road, you start to see more and more clouds of this spore. And coming through the trees, you see the bridge in front of you. Not that much of a challenge, just across the roadway. The issue is that there was a market, an open-air market, right before. So there happens to be a multitude of large, active, pulsating masses. And unlike the garbage can, these ones are kind of like rolling around slowly. Kind of like Katagari, but in a more floppy, like space slime manner.
Ew.
We avoid that.
When I say run,
You cannot run past these things. There's at least, let me check this little thing here for all those things you guys said. 1, 2, 6 of them.
Yep. So I'm gonna go around this little market thing and just run on the outside and run past it that way. Because like there's 6 of them in a clump. So I should be able to go around that clump, right?
I think it's like a whole market area that just has these things in it.
And there's 6 of them moving.
And they're aggro.
But they do seem to be relatively slow moving. You just can't run right through them.
I turn to Netto and I'm like, giant laser time?
No.
I know that you guys are seeing, like, there's no guarantee that there's You have a giant laser, and suddenly everybody expects you to just whip out the giant laser and solve their problems.
What? No.
You ever notice that? Okay, so
my parents didn't let me on the internet a lot, but I know that a lot of men would love to have a giant laser and just use it to solve all of their problems.
men are disgusting. They only want one thing.
Giant lasers.
Giant
It's true.
lasers to solve all their problems.
Dr. Evil Gift.
Can I just make Bug float through the market and start exuding a fat radiation aura? Because he already sort of is doing it anyways.
Yeah, because he's kind of been like hovering farther away from you guys than normal.
Yeah, he hasn't been riding on my shoulder or hiding in my coat or doing anything. He just sort of like hangs away now. So Toxic Avenger, do you mind taking a very slow, casual flight through the marketplace, and then in about like 20 minutes we'll follow after him.
I don't know who you're talking to.
I'm talking to Bug.
Okay.
He does only have like about maybe a day's charge saved up, and it does not last forever. It is not Firelord Ozai lasing the battlefield.
Yeah, you know what? We can't. We could solve this problem with fire.
We absolutely could. We definitely could. That's an option.
You have no attachment to that market whatsoever.
We don't know what this stuff does when we actually hit it with fire. But, we could just be downwind or upwind. Upwind?
Upwind.
Which
Yes.
Yes.
yeah. You know what I mean.
Upwind. That is the correct statement.
Yeah.
Upwind is achievable.
I mean, these things can't fly.
That's, as far as you know, that's true.
Yep.
So how are you going to go about doing this?
I think we're gonna...
Go hide upwind in the woods and then just go get passage to casually light everything on fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, Passage is going to aim to light another, like an area close by on fire. Because I remember at the docks, it's like they kind of like absorb heat and like bring it to their center. So I'm wondering if making a fire would make these things be like, oh, yummy, heat, and then like go towards it.
Mm-hmm. Gonna try and tempt them away with delicious fire.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
So I'm gonna roll with tides, with like learning, to be like, let's experiment with this a little bit.
Let's see what happens.
Well, actually, I guess it would be not using my edge because I'd be using fire and flying, or am I only using one of the Pokemon skills or the monster skills? How
Hey, you can't say that.
How do we do this?
Roll companion.
Okay, companion plus fire and flying are the same rating, so that'll be
Yes.
5 dice.
Because this is a wholly doable move. You're not under pressure. And it's just full cooperation between you and him. You do that fire thing over there.
Okay,
He did that fire thing over there.
I got 2 5s, also 2 2s, but 2 5s a twist.
It lights on fire pretty well. You've started a brush fire during the summer. Good job.
Oh, no. No.
Chinstrap
no.
Penguin is disappointed.
Well,
I mean, do you see its face?
Yeah, I know.
With that is the twist. It is much angrier of a fire than you were intending.
Mhm.
It is large and aggressive and will probably start spreading quite fast.
so Ben says, All right. Well, good news is we're upwind, and also fires can't cross bridges.
That's what you
Wait,
think.
what?
Completely ignoring the idea of burning bridges and.
The black orbs do appear to be going towards the massive fire.
Hey,
at least
look
for
at
a
that.
time. They're not getting. They don't seem to be thinking it's danger yet. They just see it as a heat source.
All right. So Ben says, "All right, let's do that thing Rocky does best."
Run.
Oh, wait, I rolled 5d5. Hang on. 5d6. Okay, that was 6 with a twist. But I'm okay with everything that we just got. I mean, this is fine. I just wanted to know what would have happened if I had rolled d6s instead of d5s.
Yeah, so nothing super bad's gonna change for this. Yeah,
It's fine.
so you have a gap as they kind of slowly roll away.
That is what I wanted. So Ben takes off.
Yep.
As you guys are running through the market, you see in the trails of these black monstrosity orb ooze thingies. Every so often, little yellow greenish dots that they're this exact same shade and color as the slime mold that's on your finger.
My finger.
Yes.
On the black mold?
No, it comes off of them. It's left behind, and it's very minuscule amounts. It's like the little the head of a pin when they have those little plastic pinheads. It's not very much.
Push pin?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
less than a thimbleful.
Duly
Okay.
noted.
Continue running.
Continuing to
And you
run.
make it. Yeah, bridge is relatively clean. There's kind of some mold covered posts all along it, but nothing pulsating, nothing to lick.
Not with that attitude.
I'm gonna lick
feel
the
like
bridge and claim it as mine.
I feel the universe challenging me for some reason.
I've seen
Why do you all have to attack me like this?
Looking is my thing, guys.
But at your top speed, you will make it across the bridge, no problem. And then civilization kind of peters off in the distance. Got some buildings, some more forest, a road, and it starts to get weird again. Trees start to be more colorful. Buildings are kind of tossed, but not by as much mold. There's just patches, but mostly plants turning things over again. Large flowers you can't identify. You even kind of see the familiar sight of a giant pigeon in the distance.
Well, it's nice to be surrounded mostly by nature that isn't actively trying to kill us. But he's looking at the pigeon, so it's not one of those statements.
It probably looks like a normal sized pigeon, but it's a long way off.
It's just so far away.
It's because your guys' perspective is still off because you're just not used to the
He goes to
giant
land.
concept.
Goes to land on a building and it just crushes under him as he lands on it. And we're like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah, he lands on a cabin, just gone.
Yeah, well, and now it's a nest.
Oh boy.
You know what's good on that pigeon? The housing market here is terrible, and he just went for it, Living his dream.
I feel like the housing market barely went down when all this happened.
Yeah, no, it's still that crushed building he's standing on is still $1.3 million on the market.
Okay, are you kidding me? The housing market is completely made up numbers, so they're just well, we're not going to sell it for any less than we were before.
Naturally stressed wood cabin.
Yeah, it's covered in black mold. It's
Fix it
still
up.
selling for 1.3 mil.
Vintage.
Yeah.
It now includes
rustic.
a live
Actually gone
pigeon.
down in price quite a bit.
View of wildlife through window.
Yeah.
This property has exactly as much value as I say it does.
Yeah,
Ouch.
so the road ahead of you is relatively clear, except behind you,
No.
Who's looking behind us?
Well, it's not really the looking. It's the fire.
That's yeah.
You've kind of
Are we
left
gonna let it burn,
like
burn?
you cannot stop it from burning. It has gone out of control, and those monsters, well, stupid are not that stupid. Yeah, they've kind of like
They're
roamed
not.
away.
I'm on fire, stupid. Well, keep eating.
But as long as you guys keep moving, they're not going to be a threat.
Cool.
Okay.
We stop moving.
As the fire is like just enveloping the entire market and most likely the forest behind it. So
We made our choices.
You may have burned the city down.
All
May
of it?
have. I'm pretty sure we expect
the forest connects to the city at some point, and that's a lot of wooded area, especially with all the weirdness going on.
I mean, if that's the case, and a lightning strike was going to do it anyways, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not like there are any firefighters to put it out anytime anything else lights on fire.
You start hearing like little explosive pops from the other side as well. Once
Yes.
it starts hitting some of the vegetation, and like little like in its like little explosives, like cherry bombs.
Haha, yes, die, trash.
Screw you, nature. Yeah, the path ahead of you is clear for which hopefully is the final journey for next time. I was.
It's your name.
Austin.
You can
Austin, your name is Austin.
I don't know. Is it? I don't know who I am anymore.
I become
Lost
mushroom.
myself.
Yeah, I was Austin playing the Firefly, and there we go.
I'm Dylan, and I was playing Net.
Ian as Rocky,
Jonathan has been.
and we were sponsored by nobody. Signing off.